What's up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Dandadan, this time with part 2, the final episode. I'm not sure if, yeah, this is season 2. Okay, my bad, I thought it was part 2. Yeah, looking forward to this episode. I've just got to apologise initially, I might seem a bit off, a little bit under the weather. Yesterday was the first day in absolutely ages I didn't record a video for the channel whatsoever. I think the day before I caught something like flu or virus or something, so yeah, just had a really bad headache. Nothing kind of too much illness wise, no kind of snort or throwing up or anything, but had a really bad headache and some kind of pain in my knees specifically, but feel quite a lot better today. Still quite hot though, especially under this this giant light I've got right in front of me, so might seem a little bit more under the weather than usual, but hopefully I should be okay. Pretty good episode last time out though, with everybody kind of morphing together at the end there. Nice little kind of Power Rangers reference, I think, with this mech going to be taking on Godzilla, so very excited to see what we've got here. Kinta especially being a standout in this arc for me so far. I really like his character. It's very much opposed to kind of Gigi, whereas like I didn't really like Gigi initially. I came around to his character quite a bit, whereas with Kinta I quite like him right off the bat, so it might end up being the case that I might not like him in the future, but hopefully that's not the case. Just a pattern I've kind of seen so far. Same with Ira. I didn't like Ira initially either, but ended up coming around to her character a lot. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. So have they got to move separate parts each? This could be quite an issue, to be honest. I mean, on the topics like manuals, not really too much of a thing related to the episode here, but to be honest, I haven't bought a physical game in quite a while. But you don't really get too many kind of cool game manuals or anything nowadays, do you? Not that I used. Well, I did used to read them, but I didn't used to read. I didn't used to read game manuals back in the day for the manual. Where I probably should have. I do remember buying things like I specifically had a Pokemon Diamond and Pearl kind of big ass fucking book with stuff in that didn't really help too much, to be honest with you. But I'm talking about like the manuals you get in the games. I don't think they do many of those, or especially not cool ones nowadays. But you used to have some really cool versions of them. But yeah, there was plenty of games back in the day that I used to play that I probably should have read the manual for. But you just go raw dog straight in there, don't you? Yeah, what I wanted to do here is I wanted to look at the cover. I wish I could zoom in. That thing there almost looks like a JoJo stand or something on the left right there. It also kind of looks like a Digimon. Buddha Robot Mark II. Tsukoshi Fushigi. I love the fact that we didn't just like transform the house into a robot. We also managed to transform into a manual as well. Like that manual must have been specifically made from their will. But yeah, as I said, this should be a nightmare, right? Having 5 people who are not well versed whatsoever with mechs to try and operate this thing. Oh crap. It's just got airbags. Oh crap. I just hit him. I just ochre him. I was getting absolutely pummeled. Well, I was gonna say probably is a good idea. Everybody apart from Kinta get out of that thing. Like Kinta can't really do much otherwise, so maybe we just try and let him just try and operate it by himself. These guys probably much better off actually outside. Should have let him fight the thing initially. Last episode. I can let him do it. Come on. We just saw him just absolutely knock it down, didn't we? How can you say no to that? But yeah, so that's unfortunate because once you do make one excuse, one exception, might start taking the piss. Yeah, I was gonna also say like with the manual, it's probably because he wanted there to be a manual. That Momo probably wanted there to be airbags. So yeah, stands to reason he just should will the movements into being. And it's changed again. Shut the fuck up. Quick on the mute right there. Yeah. I watched a live performance of this song the other day. It was really awesome. I can't remember where. I think I was on Twitter. I can't remember where the live performance was. Probably somewhere in Japan. But yeah, it sounded really cool. I did notice. I think it's just the Japanese audience thing. They're all quite respectful. They're all just kind of standing there. Look. They look kind of funny. So oh, yeah, a live performance is a pretty damn awesome song. They were just standing still. So it's kind of like, what the hell's the audience doing? But yeah, it was a really good performance. This song. I wonder if that's a bit of a culture shock thing, though. Of like, if you're a big artist and your main demographic is like the UK or America, and then you go to Japan and everyone's just standing still. I wonder if it's like, wow, they hate my music, whereas that's just how they are probably. Don't get me wrong, I've definitely seen performances in Japan where they've got like the light sticks and stuff, and they do like the dancing and not just the still. But that was just something I questioned in that performance. Like, why is the whole audience just stood stiff like cardboard? Space Kaiju versus Giant Robo. Nice. I love how much he just kind of like stepped up to the plate. If you know what I'm saying, he's absolutely going like full throttle and all this, whereas like the average person probably just shit themselves. Daedalus. Jesus. We are causing a lot of damage. That can't be avoided, I guess. But as I said, I love the fact that he's embracing this so much. This is him though, isn't it? I mean, we saw him trying to like be flashy in front of Okarin a couple episodes ago in the classroom, trying to be flashy, showing off his comics and his mecha stuff, singing that anime opening. Oh. I was about to like smile and be quite happy with that. He's got a new Gundam, but everyone just take the piss out of him. I mean, this guy, like, if he did go to high school with a backpack like this, you would get absolutely ripped. I think a rocket kind of backpack like this. I don't think like I used to be like I never really like collected figures or anything, but I initially at school and actually during my latter days as well, I've always been quite into Yu-Gi-Oh. I used to be the guy like playing like Yu-Gi-Oh. At school, like bringing my deck in, and people never really said anything to me about it. Probably not that I heard of anyway. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. Um, but yeah, I always used to. I expected maybe something similar to happen, but again, it didn't. Not in front of me anyway. So I can kind of like just makes it yeah, like this probably could have easily been me or you guys quite easily. Um, but it's just something about this that just really sucks, doesn't it? Seeing someone's like passion like this just get trampled on by everybody. Someone's thing they love the most, thing they really care about, just being so disregarded. It's quite disgusting, isn't it? No matter what it is, to be honest. But yeah, like I said, kind of surprised that when I was at school that didn't like happen to me again. I never brought in like figures or anything like this, but yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh was the main one. I'd like come in, and some of my friends would come in and play as well. And again, it kind of I guess it became a bit of a normal kind of thing because we had done it so much. I used to have a maybe this was a bit corny. I used to have a it wasn't like a necklace thing, but it was like a card holder thing that I'd like have around my neck, and it could hold my deck. I used to wear it. And yeah, it probably was quite corny, but I used to like it. The deck I had back then, because I pulled um a really really rare card, a Rainbow Neos in Ghost Rare. Me and my friend just went to the shop and I just bought one singular pack and I pulled it and I was like, oh my fucking god. I pulled this card that I can't even see what it is. And yeah, it was I sold it actually recently for almost 100 quid because obviously I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. But yeah, I used to have a deck that just kind of turboed that out. Let's go, Kinta. Fuck those guys. Maybe that's one of the reasons I didn't hear any like hate or anything, because I don't give a fuck. You like doing it? What are you doing? You like your mechs? You like your Gundam? Fucking who cares what these little fools think? Well, we might not need anyone else to sell. To be honest, you're going crazy right here. I do kind of wondering what Momo and Ira are going through right now. It's gone invisible again. Not getting caught by that twice. That got me last episode. Get the thermal on. Yeah, the only limit is imagination. Stop with the fucking airbags already. Joy is pretty damn flimsy, isn't it, to be honest? Here we go. Oh shit. I kind of like. I now kind of like to see them back in the mech. See a combination of everyone's abilities. Hmm. Something about this reminds me of the Digimon movie, the Megamon. Like this shot here. There's something not like. I mean, the glasses right there give Gurren Lagann for sure, but the Megamon's English name, I forget. Digimon. Omnimon, that's the one. Yeah, it kind of looks. What was it? War game. It kind of looks like the sea. I forget exactly because man, I haven't watched that movie since I was a kid. But yeah, honestly, that's one of my favorite movies as a kid growing up. But yeah, it kind of looks like the scene where it's like everybody's kind of wishes and messages on the internet are all kind of like going into Omegamon. This kind of looks like I think it's the arm here, like specifically like when it gets this like Garuru arm and it's Wargreymon kind of arm. It kind of reminds me of that scene quite a bit. I'm trying to find it on here, but I don't think I'll be able to find it specifically. So I won't bother. But yeah, something about this really reminds me of that. And even this fight a little bit, like kind of reminds me of like the start of that movie with I think it's Parrotmon, but I could be wrong about that. With them kind of like fighting in the streets against Greymon and Parrotmon. Again, I think they're the right names. Okay, I haven't watched it in like 15 years, but when I did watch it all those years back, I probably watched it like 50 times. So my memory's pretty good with that, I think. But yeah, this really reminds me of that scene. I was graffitiing. Oh, this is like what you do on the swings when you're a child. You twist the swings round and you let go, and you start doing 360s. Although it'd be a bit scary than that sometimes. It might pinch you. If you get pinched by the metal, that really fucking hurts. Oh crap. UAP. Okay, good job, guys. Good job. Okay, that was really cool. I like that. Honestly, yeah, I think I'd be pretty confident in saying this. I think that was the best kaiju fight scene this season. Considering we've got a whole show called Kaiju Number 8. This is better than any of the fight scenes in that show from this season. Not sure I'd include part 1 in that, but I am I haven't been a massive fan of this the second part of Kaiju Number 8, to be honest with you, especially the fight scenes. Because unlike this show has got incredible sound effects and sound design and music. Seems like this part of Kaiju Number 8 is very much lacking, especially in sound design, but with the music and that as well. Yeah, I get him, to be fair. He can't do fuck all. Dude, he didn't even he didn't even really get a good go at the kaiju, to be honest, did he? Oh fuck. Well, we never ended up like piercing it. My initial thing I said was, I can't believe they were gonna run off with this thing. My initial yeah. uh, my initial thing was like, I feel like if we pierce it, it'll probably just like blow up like a balloon, right? Look at those persistent ladies. Bloody hell. Fucking useless bastards. I mean, he did do a hell of a job, so we'll let him off with this. Where did that go, by the way? I kind of forgot about that. Where the hell did the golden ball go? He don't really have any power. He's pretty good with the house, but anyone could use that. I guess he could be that anyone, to be fair. So is it still in the kaiju, the ball? Because we didn't, like, I know we probably wouldn't have anyway, because it would have been tiny comparatively. But we didn't see it when it like turned invisible this episode. But when this thing was invisible, we did see the ball kind of floating about, didn't we? This almost reminds me of like Dora right here. An alien. So this was her mech suit the whole time. Where was this ball then? Where the hell was this golden ball? Was it inside of her? Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah, I was gonna say you're about to incur some wrath right here. Or Momo. Is that really how we're ending off the season? Momo getting absolutely distraught right there. That guy sucks. End of the season like that. Not any wholesome note. Just not any. I mean, I guess we did end off with a bit of a positive, but kind of sucks, doesn't it? I think, as you know, my biggest probably my biggest favorite thing about the show is the relationships between the characters, and specifically Momo and Oka in this season have had quite a lot of moments between them that I've really liked. So yeah, not the most pleasant way to end off. Quite quite cliche in a way that they are obviously going for though here, aren't they? Like I've definitely seen stuff like this happen before. Like save the species, the alien species, and then you end up falling in love with them. And they always look quite humanoid. You can always bet on the Mass Effect fans for that kind of stuff. I had to just for the achievements. In that series, you need to have I think there was one specifically that you need to have a relationship throughout like all three of the games or something like that. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Doesn't look like there's any confirmation of a season 3 at the end here. I will just have a little look on Twitter quickly, but I think you could imagine there will be a season 3, right? Just it's a very popular series. I think there's Netflix that do this, right? I could be totally wrong about that, but if it is Netflix, then you never really know, just because Netflix just makes some outrageous decisions. But yeah, I'll just have a little look up quickly. Yeah, I don't think there is. I think it would have probably popped up initially if there was confirmation for third season. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching the whole season as well. Again, really good stuff here. As I said, probably the best kaiju stuff, honestly, in these last 2 episodes that we've had this season. Really nice scenes for Kinta as well, kind of fleshing him out a little bit more as a character. Get to see a little bit of his story at school, like even more of his story at school. And again, you feel for the guy. Like I said, that could very well be any of us, to be honest. Just unfortunately, how kids are just so easily. It's like how I was to a certain degree of like, you don't really care what other people think. You don't really care how your actions and what you say affects others. For you, it's just like a throwaway comment to the kid about something you find corny. To them, it's like you're absolutely just disrespecting their passion and their love in life. So yeah, quite as much as it was very short, I think these scenes here are quite touching and really well done actually. It also looks pretty fucking cool. Again, I've never really been too much into that kind of collection stuff, but I've always liked. I never really had too many of these. I think I spoke about owning loads of Power Rangers toys when I was young. I had a few like Transformers that I thought were really cool, like the whole kind of transformation. And that was what I really enjoyed about the Power Rangers toys as well, the whole kind of combination, transformation kind of aspect of those. And I think it would be really cool to kind of put together something that would take time. Like, I was never really a Lego kid either, or Lego adult. I think people very much still into Lego as adults, aren't they? It's still very popular, and there's some expensive and complicated things even coming out today with Lego, isn't there? And I'd love to be someone that could spend like hours to kind of put that together, but I think it would be an absolute nightmare for me. So yeah, I appreciate this, and again, just really sucks to see. But as I said, it was really short, but I think what they managed to display there in those couple of minutes, I thought was really, really well done actually, and makes me like Kinta even more. Some reminiscent stuff here. Let me know if you guys recognise any more of this stuff, because again, this was just purely based off my experience. I've never watched too many kind of mech anime as such, so let me know if there's any kind of references or anything throughout that you guys caught. There was stuff here that I kind of thought it might kind of be alluding to, but probably not. But again, just purely based off my experiences. Nice little end sequence here as well, and we've got this alien girl that we're probably gonna spend a little bit of time with at the start of the next season. Another kind of negative to me, the same as with part 1 / season 1, to be honest with you, is the fact that, again, I know because it's a manga, it's just like in the manga, it is just like next week or next month or next issue. It's just like, it is always just like next time. There's never like, you never end off a manga volume by like having like a conclusion per se. But I do feel like with this series, and a lot of series, to be honest with you, I feel like it was much less of a problem with anime, because they'd put like a filler episode or some anime only stuff in there, and I kind of wish they did here. I know fans might not like that, but I would like a bit more of a kind of solidified kind of ending, and it really does just feel like, I mentioned this about another show this week, it really does just feel like there's going to be an episode next week when we know there's not going to be. There's not any kind of actual kind of solidified conclusion. Again, very, very small nitpick there, but and it leaves you wanting more, which is a good thing to an extent. I feel like Solo Leveling was especially egregious with that. It would always try and leave off on a cliffhanger. It actually got to a point where it would just piss you off. That, like, not piss you off in a good way, just piss you off with the fact that they try to make every episode end off in a cliffhanger. Here, it was actually like a pretty damn cool cliffhanger. I love Momo kind of exploding the house with her emotions right there. I was thinking at this time, I was like, surely they could just imagine the house going back to how it was, and the house would be fixed up pretty quickly. And then we got this scene of Momo seeing this, and it's just like, damn, yeah, that house is fucked right now. But yeah, I love this display of her emotions right here. And again, kind of sucks as a big Momo and Okarun fan, but very much excited to see more of this alien who was piloting this thing. I guess I was also totally wrong about this kaiju as well. I thought this was like some kind of inflatable. Turns out it was actually a mech suit, interestingly. And again, I still got questions as to where the golden ball was and is. So yeah, as I said, my slight nitpick is the fact that it didn't end off on a kind of proper conclusionary note. But when you adapt a manga and such, it is kind of really hard to, unless you put some anime only stuff in there, which fans don't like. So I guess I'm kind of on a bit of an eye on that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Again, apologies if I did seem a bit under the weather or anything. I'm still not feeling 100%, but definitely feel a lot better than I did yesterday. Let me know what you guys thought about this one in the comments. Let me know what you guys thought of the season as well. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. And I'll see you whenever season 3 comes back.